Hi, everybody. My name is Business Bay. If you're not familiar with my page, I'm constantly posting stuff that can help you as a business owner, as a content creator, and just in general life. But today we're going to dive into a topic that took me 3 months to gather information on. So make sure y'all like, subscribe, comment, all of the things. If y'all have things that y'all want me to research, please drop it below. But let's go ahead and get started. So the reason why I started the experiment and work around with ChatGPT so much is because I started to realize that everybody's marketing was looking exactly the same. And I'm like, why is this happening? And then once I started playing around with ChatGPT and me and my friends were putting in things, we were getting very similar results. And I don't even think everybody knows that that's happening. So I was like, what's the problem here? And the real issue is that people are not getting clear and concise answers because they are not using Chat GPT correctly. So in this YouTube video, I'm going to give you 5 steps that you can implement immediately to improve your Chat GPT experience and stop putting out the same content as everybody else. So again, how to get exactly what you asked for from Chat GPT. Let's go ahead and get started. Y'all know I like to get straight to the point. So I'm not going to hold y'all up for 10 minutes and talk. I'm going to give you all straight to you. If you think you can figure it out from here, good luck to you. Go ahead and still subscribe. But let's take this basic sentence. So I want to say to you that ChatGPT does not care if you're politically correct. It does not care how you type things in. It doesn't care that this is a run-on sentence. It doesn't care that this sentence doesn't make sense. It tries to collect as much information as it possibly can from what you type in to give you the right answer. So the 5 things that you need to incorporate right off the bat: tone, word count, body of work, the actual question, prior perspective. If you think you can run with that, live your best life. I color coded the sentence so you can see what that looks like. And then I'm going to actually show y'all some examples. So let's get straight to it. Write a relatable 1,500 word blog on how green tea can benefit children from an Ayurvedic Chinese medicine perspective. So why is it important to include the tone? If you don't include the tone, then you could be speaking to your target audience in a way that you've never spoken to them before. So if you are the homegirl, use the word relatable. If you are the educator, use the word informative. So this helps you keep the same tone that you've already had and seamlessly start using AI versus your own time. Word count. Why is word count important? Because it depends. That is the thing that depends on how concise Chat GPT responds to you. So be careful as well with this. If you have a 2,000 page project that you wanted to write out, make it write out a 2,500 word one and then just bunch and scrunch that down, still reread it, still go in there and revise, right? That's another big tip. When you get stuff from Chat GPT, revise it. Okay, you're already not doing the initial work. Take that extra step. Again, make it 500 more words than what you actually need so you can break it down. If it doesn't have enough information on a topic, it will start repeating things. So please reread it. Body of work. You're going to see in my example, by saying that it's a blog changes how the format of how ChatGPT writes. So that makes it more copy and pasteable. I don't know about you, but if you're on ChatGPT, then that means that we don't want to do as much work as we were doing. So make it easy on yourself and get that format done correctly without having to search what MLA is. On how green tea can benefit children, that is the actual question, right? So we are building these things around our actual question to make sure that we get the best concise answer that is least replicable. From an Ayurvedic Chinese medicine perspective, prior perspective. So AI can learn, y'all. That is the best part about Chat GPT. So you can type in, I am a vegan. My protein macro goal every single day is 150 grams. Write me a meal plan for the next 7 days that includes breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Sounds like a great idea. Might have to use that myself, but it will learn you. Be aware that once you exit that chat, your account doesn't just have that information. So you might have to reteach it if you want to ask it a different question on a different day outside of that chat. Keep that in mind. So I hope this is already helping you. If you feel like you got it, go ahead and subscribe. Leave the video. Leave us to the rest of it. One more example, because I know some people are like, oh, well, I don't need things that are that long or that specific. Same thing. Write an informative 50-word Instagram caption about the forming of the Grand Canyon. So in this situation, the actual question and the prior perspective are exactly the same. There is so much information on the internet about the Grand Canyon that you don't need to tell it where it's at and what it's doing and what year that it came. It doesn't need that much prior perspective because a lot of people already know about it. Informative, again. So say this is National Geographic social media strategist or content creator. Then they want to come from an informative standpoint. 50 words. That makes it really short and concise for Instagram people, and it makes sure that the response that we get includes the most important information and no fluff. Instagram caption, that is on there because it understands that now this is going to be on social media. So how they write it out and the style of it is going to be completely different than it would be if you were writing a paper. Trust and believe. Again, if you feel like you got it at this point, leave us to it, subscribe, share it, and get on up out of here. But I'm about to roll into the examples because I hate just going over information without giving y'all all of the tea. So I'm going to show y'all that this formula works. Okay, so I've already done the work for y'all. I have a couple of examples, and y'all will see when y'all put this information in, y'all getting these blatant answers too. But I'm gonna show y'all how we go from here to getting the actual answer that we want. So as you can see, how can green tea benefit children? That was our question. So if you just put that question in, ChatGPT is like, oh, just give her a list. She doesn't want anything specific. Now, could you use this as a blog post? Yeah, it's not that electrifying. People probably won't stay on it. They'll probably just read these couple things. And that's another thing. When you take this from Chat GPT, revise it, revise it, revise it. Because guess what? When I strip this from here, I would bold out these points. But again, we just asked our question and it spit us out a list because it didn't know what else to do. Going into our next thing, I added our word count here. So, in 1,500 words, how can green tea benefit children? It starts, this format is different, right? So, the bullet points are the same, but because it has 1,500 words, it knows that it can expound a little bit more and it starts writing in a more paper structure. Y'all seeing this in real time. I'm not making this up. The formula actually works. Okay, you can go down. You can see that it's making more and more and more. Again, you want to read through this to make sure it's not reiterating too many things. But as you can see, when you got here, it hit 1,500 words and it stopped. So earlier when I said, if you need something that's 1,500 words, make it 2,000 words. This is why. This is why, y'all. Because it will literally stop right here. It doesn't have any sense of, oh, okay, yeah, this is 1,500 words, but it actually needs to be a little bit longer to make sense. Listen to me, Linda. Listen. Okay, so I finally put in our prompt. Write a relatable 1,500 word blog on how green tea can benefit children from an Ayurvedic Chinese medicine perspective. As you can see, it starts out in a paper format, which is very typical of blogs, gives you a quick rundown before they start going into it. The first thing they do is create perspective and prior knowledge for you. So a review perspective, a lot of people don't understand what that is, so it knows to explain that first. It still is giving us that list, but now it's busting it down. It's giving us way more information than it was given before. And this is typically more so what you see on a blog. But it knows that format, so that's why it's important to include it. Also here, I had these numbers, revise it, revise it, revise it. When you take this off of here, please bold these out. make it impressive, make it something nice to look at. Then when it says Chinese medicine perspective, it's doing two different things. It provided you the history, and then it's listing you the benefits under the different parts. Right. So this is a lot more of what we see on blogs. And then it gives us this really nice conclusion, as you can see here at the bottom. However, it's important to, I stopped it from generating because I didn't feel like waiting anymore. I really wanted to give y'all this video. But again, if you want something that is 1,500 words, make it 2,000 words, and then go in and do your own revision and make sure nothing is being repeated. I'm not going to keep y'all for too much longer. I love to give y'all the formula, show y'all the formula is working, and then get on out of here. But with that being said, make sure y'all subscribe. I have another video coming with a different AI profile or a different scenario. I'm going to give y'all more tips on that. So make sure y'all follow, subscribe, like, comment, send it to your friends. And you can find me on Twitter and on Instagram at businessbay. Actually, I'm going to type that right here for y'all, so y'all don't have to go find it. I'm also on YouTube at this link.